So how would you evaluate President Tinubu's approach to upholding, if at all, democratic values? Has he done anything to uphold democratic?
Bola the Democrat is not Bola the Dictator.
Wow.
He's always had that in him, that he was always in charge. He's always had that. But if you look at his trajectory, it's something that, one thing I used to, my own personal reason why I supported him, I could see in Lagos, when he was a governor, somebody like my friend, very close friend to Arigbeshola, yes, was a commissioner of works from Oshun. Quite a lot of them. I think there was even a Hausa man also in the cabinet.
An Igbo man was there?
So I thought that, and I used to tell my Oga, I said, look, this man brings this blueprint to Nigeria. It's very important that somebody can work with people from other places. He has demonstrated it in Lagos that he can work with people from other places. So when it comes to the federal, we'll do that. He has demonstrated financial prudence when he was governor. After all, for some 4 years or so, local government subventions from FAC was withheld. But still Lagos prospered because of his financial acumen. All these things make for good governance at a national level, a country with a multidimensional, multi-ethnic population. But suddenly he comes to Abuja and all he sees is Yoruba. And even in Yoruba, all he sees is Lagos. Even in Lagos, all he sees is the people he worked with before. So what happens to the rest of us? All infrastructure, 80% now is only Lagos. Everything is Lagos. Even budget, the people that manage to get capital project in the federation are MDAs headed by his close associates. So every other person goes to the office, read newspaper, and come back. So what happened to the Bola we knew now? Is it that we don't pray for him, or is it that God doesn't answer our prayers when it concerns him? But certainly, I don't. We are more pained. We who knew him before and who know him now, we are more pained by what is happening. Especially somebody like myself, I don't complain. They say, now you bring her now. Maybe you bring her for us. Maybe you sell him to us. I say, not before now. But I don't know. I don't know.
I want you to comment specifically on the manifest, very clear evidence of, weaponization of, agents, either state agents or shadowy groups, destabilizing opposition political parties, trying to foist a one-party state, coronation next year rather than having competition.
It's part of it now. That is classical Bola. Whatever you say about him, he's a self-centered person. He's somebody that knows his interests and he pursues it single-mindedly. Whether it's democratic or not democratic, I would have thought that, I've said this before, given his known health conditions and publicly known.
The public does not know any health conditions. It's all in the realm of rumors. You can like to.
How does
to shed light on
No, I won't. What is not a healthy man now. I mean, Nigeria is no fool when he's always in France. Nigeria is no fool. I mean, the man is not. I've said it before. He should pursue his health. He has become president now for 4 years. That is enough, but he cannot do more. You have ample examples to show that when you have declining health and age, your performance runs down exponentially. If I were him, I would face my problems now. I don't think he's not. Do you know something? Bola is not even somebody that likes to enjoy food. Bola will wake up in the morning and there's banana in his living room. He will eat banana and granuts. And that is his food. Or sometimes in the morning they bring ogi and moi moi, and he takes.
Akara.
No, I've never seen akara. Okay. It's ogi and pap. Since I go there any time of the day, sometimes I participate. It's a bit eating. The only thing I know he likes very much is cigarette, silk.
Oh wow, he smokes.
He smokes. I don't know whether he does it now.
No.
Yeah, but he likes cigarettes.
Wow.
It's silk.
Silk, yes.
That's the name,
Wow.
yeah. So he likes that a lot. He can't do without it, you know. So that's it. He's not even some. So why is he accused of amassing such excessive wealth? I don't understand. He's not going to enjoy it. You know, he doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't do proper dressing. You know, now that he's president, he does it. You know, there were times I criticized him with the way he dresses. And you know, if you go to Bola Tinubu's house in the morning, he comes out and it meets you, and you say, let's take pictures. Most of these people that like to take pictures, let's take pictures. He'll pose for you in his pajamas, looking unkempt like that, and they go and send it on the internet. There was a time I was fighting with his aides. I said, don't allow him to take pictures until he's properly dressed. So he's not somebody that really revels in luxury or things like that. So I don't know. I don't know who. But you see, when you're in government, when you enter Villa, I think they collect their phones. They collect their phones. They start to treat this phone as if it has bomb inside that if you hold it, it will explode. So there's somebody whose job is to hold the phones. If they don't want you to see the president, we will never see the president. Wow. There were times, I'm telling you, when I left SGF, I surrendered my visa card.
Access card.
My access card, which gave me access to everywhere. But suddenly, if I want to see the president, I have to go through the process and they hang this piece of paper. Oh, Buhari hated seeing that thing on me. I said, why are you wearing this? I said, sir, I have to do it now. I'll surrender my card. And in any case, the card is only 4 years. And the 4 years has expired. He'll call everybody, make sure BD is issued his card back. They never do it.
That reminds me. Can you tell us, how did you and Buhari become so close? What happened? How did that?
No, it's not about government. It's not about government. It's a story. It's not for public knowledge. But when I was a small boy, I think Form 1 or Form 2, I went to see my uncle who was in the same street with him. And the uncle was not at home. There was nobody at home. And I was very hungry. So I went to the next house, his house.
Buhari's house?
Yes, and there was this madam. His wife was a very motherly woman, his first wife. And I said, how are you? I said, fine. So what is happening? I said, I came for a weekend pass. He said, let me see a pass. I saw it. So okay, what's wrong? I said, I'm hungry, ma. She said, I've just cooked August food. It's on the table. But I'm cooking for the general house. Are you too hungry? I said, madam, I'm too hungry. I said, okay, eat that one. I'll cook him another one. He normally comes a little bit late. So let's pray that I'd finish cooking before he comes. I was busy enjoying that jollof rice and fried chicken when the man walks in. You know, very straight, very soldierly, uniform fits him. With his stick, he walks in, removes his cap, hangs it on the stand, removes his belt, hang it. And I was there in my army uniform. Me now, I knew I was in trouble, so I better enjoy my food anyway. So, and I enjoy my food. And then he comes to me, he walks past me, enter the kitchen. I said, who is this eating my food? He said, that is our neighbors, General Hanania's.
Okay, that's General Hanania.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's General Hanania's cousin. He just came in and he was hungry. I'll soon finish your own food. So he came out and sat opposite me. That's when I stood up, the chest out, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I said, good afternoon, and I continue eating my food. So when I finish, I carried the plate back into the kitchen and put on my belt and put on my cap and saluted. And then went to the living room.
Were you in the military, sir?
I was in military school. So I sat down. So he came and sat down near me. He said, a very interesting character. I was in Form 1, this is 1970. And he says, I'm a very interesting character. Who are you? Give me about yourself. So I told him about what gave you the courage to eat my food like that with confidence. I say, Oga, I grew up very poor. And sometimes I'd go for days without food. So anytime I see food, I don't wait to be invited, because that might be the last food I'll see for that week.
Wow.
So he said, exactly like me. So I grew up like that too. From that day. Yeah, so my trousers, my military uniform was undersized because I was tall. I made my height 6 feet 4 inches in this circle from 1. So my trouser was just a little bit below my knee because it's standard issue.
Yes.
You go to the quartermaster, he picks one and throw at you.
Yes.
My shirt, the long sleeve is just about short
The
sleeve.
elbow.
So it's so he now, when we finish, he now put me in the car and to the one div base and called the quartermaster to measure me. And from there, they will sew a standard uniform for me, and anyone I'm on holiday, I'll come. So from there, we became very close until, of course, he became big man. And then he went into politics. No, he was in PTF when I reconnected with him. I congratulated him. And when I went to his, what was in the Nikon, he was interviewing drivers. So, okay, you're interviewing drivers. As chairman Peter, we say, yes, sir, you should learn to trust people now. This is not your job. Drivers, sir, these are for people who belong. So he said, you've started again. He said, I miss you. He said, I miss you. You're the only person that can tell me this. I said, yes, but is it not the truth? He said, it's the truth. But why don't they tell me the way you tell me? I said, I don't know. So we reconnected again subsequently. But throughout his PTF, he didn't give me one single contract.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't.
As close as you were to
As close as we were. I told him I was then selling PABX and computers. I said, sir, I want to install PABX in our office. They are renovating. He said, okay. Send a proposal to Salhijo, who was my friend. I sent my proposal to Salhijo introduction. One day, one Indian walked into my office looking for somebody who he can subcontract a PBS contract to. And he gave me the award letter and the bill of quantity. I checked, it was exactly yours. So somehow the thing, I don't know how it happened, but they didn't give me. So I got angry and I never asked him for anything after that.
Anyway, it's good you've cleared that bit of history. So it's safe to say Buhari was not a bigot. Tribal bigot.
No. Look, Buhari is a very religious person, but he allows you to practice your own religion. He doesn't interfere. Let me tell you what happened between us on the issue of religion. One day I went to his house around time for prayers, the afternoon prayers. And you know, these people, they like to intimidate somebody with their religion. So they just say, okay, let us go and pray now. Somebody will just say, very pious type of crook. Say, let's go and pray now. And everybody will stand up and go to the mosque and pray. Me, I sat down. So, so Buhari came back. After they left, said, you know why I like you? I like the fact that you are proud of your religion. Do you know that some Christians, when they come here and these people do this type of thing, they stand up and then as if they are going to pray with us, and then they enter toilet and something like that. I said, you are just, I said, okay, this is your prayer, we know the past ceiling self. So I'm a prayer. And eventually I went to the seminary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to the seminary, Jets. I was already a successful businessman. I left it and went to the seminary. And he came one day, where have you been? I said, I'm going back to school, sir, at seminary in Jos. He said, okay, what are you studying? I said, mission. I said, okay, so who pays your school fees? I said, Abba Oga. I pay now, self-sponsored, it's not much. He said, no student should pay his own school fees. We did what we went through in life as children. We shouldn't bring it on. I'll pay your school fees for you. And so every time, when we go, they give us the course that we want to do. We add the credits. We totally assure him. I say, okay, this is my credit for this tour. I say, okay, he pays school fees for me. And sometimes give me some pocket money, if depending on how buoyant he is, which is hardly he's hardly buoyant. So he give me. I tell people, the man pay my school fees in seminary, they don't understand it. They say I'm lying.
Let's make progress, sir. I want you to speak on the state of our judiciary, especially that it has been alleged that the ruling party, again, the president and his people, are weaponizing the judiciary against political parties, opposition, Shewore, Malam Nasir El-Rufai. All the parties have one case or the other in court. Can you speak on this?
Of course, no. I was at the heart of. I was in ADC until recently, and we were victims for that type of thing. So it's alleged. Well, people want to say it's allegation, but what we see is not what you expect of our judiciary. The judgments that come out, there's no way an ordinary Nigerian will not think that the judgments are driven by motives other than politics. And I think the judiciary has allowed itself to be surrendered to government. It might not have started here. It might have started long ago. The government always has interest in some cases, naturally, isn't it? As a government, there are times you want to express to the judiciary what would have been your preferred position. But it's up to them to decide. As SGF, I used to do it now. I used to say, the government has interest in this case. So which is our side? I said, this is our side. Sometimes they do what we want, sometimes they don't do, depending on whether it's just accidental.
Exactly.
So as soon as I said, okay, he didn't help us, and I said, now law will they do, not be politics. But now I don't think the people have that type of thing. We are Nigerians. The judges are from us. The judges are our relations, our children. If you want to become a magistrate and you come to me and you say, sir, they are recruiting magistrates, so I want you to talk to somebody for me. And you talk and she becomes a magistrate. You know now, ab initio, that person can be compromised.
Exactly.
So the judiciary, if I want to put it in one single sentence, it's now the major problem of the country. Yeah. It's the the checks and balances they are supposed to bring to bear, they don't. So when the judiciary fails, where do you go?
What is responsible for the decline of the judiciary? What?
It's the Nigerian decline, greed. Greed, and we have all lost our sense of dignity. Well, we are now pursuing money. It's now pursuit of money is our number one goal, and in pursuing money, we've lost our dignity at every level.
So the general erosion of values in the society has affected the judiciary.
Oh yes, now they're in the society now. When you are struggling to make ends meet, and this man is just have excesses.
Because of time, I will leave that matter. We won't forget maybe another time. Sir, let's talk about the allegations against the President Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, involving this fake agency, Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council. And there are a couple of others, many others actually, involved in the same Femi Gbajabiamila. There's this 54 billion naira that was allegedly collected from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. You know, it's a collection agency, so they collected 4%, collection fees, cost of collection. And then Femi Gbajabiamila is alleged to have written to them by the directive of the president that they should take 2.5% of that 4%, then the remaining 1.5% should come. They want to do metering and all of those. And that 1.5% is what comes to 54 billion naira. Sir, can you address all of these allegations? Maybe 2 minutes because of time.
No, because in this particular example we give, supposing the chief of staff writes a memo to the president, sir, we need money for so, and we can get it from the 4% of the collection fee for this agency. And the president says, approved. He's right to them and say, bring this money. But we don't know whether the president had given him the approval. But once the president gave him the approval, he's not done wrong about it. Okay? Now, but the only way they can appropriate that money is maybe for good causes projects, because that money, if it is done illegally, is criminal. Now we come to this fake agency thing. Where I smelled a rat is this. When Chief of Staff did a press conference disowning this agency. It's not his duty to disown agencies, okay? And then the Chief Press Secretary to the President goes also to defend his position. I smelt a fish. The Chief of Staff is an unknown entity in administration. He works in his office quietly. He works at the pleasure of the President. So he has no independence of his own, for example, to issue appointment letters. Well, he has, all he's done was maybe report it to the police or DSS since it's connected. I don't see why we should be reporting cases to the DSS anyway, because they are secret service agency. It's the police. And then the police can make that press conference and so on. So I smelled it right there. But then the man comes out and involves Bajabema. It looks like it's very fishy. I've read his own defense. It sounds plausible, but in the Nigerian context, it's unbelievable. And it's not a rumor anymore. People, since the beginning of this administration, people have claimed that they pay for their appointment. In fact, down to the level of entry-level staff. But in this government, I don't think they can swear on oath that they don't sell appointments. Those who have responsibility to do it, I don't think they can swear on oath that they don't sell appointments.
Briefly, sir, comment on President Tinubu mandating ICPC to investigate this entire affair in 30 days, report back to him, without asking Mr. Bajabamila to step aside pending investigation. It happened to you, sir. But Buhari, as close as you are to him, even though he was reluctant to do it, but eventually he caved in. Why is President Tinubu?
He didn't cave in. It was Oshimbanjo that took the decision without recourse to the president.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When Buhari was not around? Or when
he was sick that day. He was sick. He didn't come to office. So
Buhari would not have done it if he was around?
He was furious when he found out. Yeah. So we suspended my SGF without my permission.
Wow.
And a lot of things like that. But like with Buhari, the process of redressing that would have been more calamitous than if he had just left it, since he knows that I wasn't bothered anyway. So we know ourselves very well.
So is that the same pattern of Tinubu now, like covering up for his chief of staff?
Tinubu is different from Buhari. Buhari can easily throw you under a bus, no matter how close you are. If you get into problem, he's not the type of person that will step out and say
his
no.
neck out for you. But why was he willing to do this for you?
He wasn't willing to do it now. He was angry and then just left me to my devices. So, since we knew each other, yes, and I knew that anyway, that is his character.
You didn't take any offense.
We never discussed it, even 1 second.
Wow.
We only started discussing it when it was time to appoint a new SGF. Anyway, that's a different story. It's not for you here. But you see, somebody like Bola Tinubu can stand by you. Some leaders are like that. One leader that I know like that is Obasanjo. You dare not maltreat his subordinate, and then he'll keep quiet. He'll come to your defense. Bola is like that. And he has come to the defense of his man, even though it is... and in any case, let's face it, there's still always the remote possibility that he was involved in the thing itself. Abi? Given the trajectory of this government, the way they do their things, there's still the possibility that the president was involved in this type of thing anyway, but still he couldn't have cleared the man before even the man. But who else can investigate now? He has to. ICPC is the right agency to investigate the corruption by public officials.
But if it was you, sir, holding the position of president and one of your aides, assuming I'm working for you in the presidency and I'm accused of this, what would you have done?
First of all, making Bajabamila resign. Why do they say you should resign? You should resign so that this position you are holding, you don't use it to influence the outcome. But let's face it.
Not even resign, sir. Just temporarily
step aside. But when I step aside,
administrative leave.
I step aside with my iPhone still in my hand, step aside with my connections there. I can still manipulate the process now. So it's neither here nor there. And in any case, I heard he has called to defend himself now.
They've called him to come and give explanation and all of that.
And he showed up. And I think if you listen to the explanation processes, it probably will give him the benefit of doubt. But nothing will come out of this. You know that. Nigerians know that. They will wash it and clear everybody. Or maybe find a small victim and hang him. Or hang this poor chap.
Yes. Wow.
Serves him right too, because
why do you say serves him right?
We got to participate in forming a fake agency and pretending to making it genuine. Serves him right now. The degree of fraud he brought into bear on the system is unimaginable. It's
Sir, this is not the only one. IMF, through the Reuters news agency, global news agency, blew the whistle on 8.8 trillion naira spent without appropriation, without passing through the regular appropriation channels.
Bola doesn't believe in budget. I mean, even in Lagos, he wasn't believing in budget now. The whole money is his own. He can deploy it anywhere he likes. And then why did he go about influencing the outcome of these lackeys as National Assembly leaders? Because he knows that they will rubber stamp him. So if you were to do that under Buhari, they will impeach him now. They will try to impeach you. I'm telling you, the legislature under Buhari will try to impeach him. There are times he will say, do this. I say, Oga, it's not appropriated for. Some minister will come with a memo, I want to do this project, I will get you are supposed to attach proof of funding. They bring proof of funding that is, they are going to commandeer money from one of the MDAs under them, a revenue generating agency. They bring, they say, Oga, how can this man do this? We have a memo, a Federal Executive Council resolution that money should not be spent at source. If you approve this thing, you are subject to impeachment. They say, kill the memo. So, but this man doesn't care. The whole money is his own. And then the whole thing is, I think 90% of the budget doesn't go through the budget process, the spending now. I heard today that they even had a service-wide vote of how many trillions? 2.2 trillions. The service-wide vote is just warehouse there for emergency procurement. The National Assembly approves it, but it's a black box. So anytime a particular agency is desperate for money, the president can approve it, draw from there. So that's like petty cash for Bola Tinubu now. Yeah. The assembly has given him the go-ahead to use it as a petty cash.